Dragonslayers Rescue Mission. Squad Sparkle on the Move. Search Day 11. Frostmane sat in the upper compartment of the new Sparkle 1. Her new co-pilot was ready to go, and 5 Pegasi sat on her unit's shoulders, ready to defend her against aerial attackers. Sparkle Wing 1 to 6 were also ready to move out, if not very eager to do so. She still wasn't used to her new eye completely, and some of its features were more than infuriating, but she would make do. There was really no time to waste. Frostmane had intended to check out Pony&Wolf at some point anyway, but hadn't thought that it would be this soon. Sighing, she put her helmet on and hoofed the radio.
Sparkle 1 to all units. Our destination is Pony&Wolf. Conserve your strength and stay alert. We might encounter hostile forces. You are to hold your fire unless I fire first or you have to defend yourself. Move out.
Frostmane ordered. All units reported in shortly after, and Squad Sparkle moved out. The rest of the troops were glad to see them go, except a certain yellow Pegasus, who looked longingly after them. Her forelegs were crossed in front of her chest as she prayed for her friends' success and their safe return. That evening, Frostmane sat at the foot of her Slayer, waiting for Sparkle Wing 1 to report in. She had sent him out to scout the situation in Pony&Wolf an hour ago. The other pilots, including Shining Armor and Rainbow Dash, were preparing to set up camp. Their Slayers were shut down just in case the facility had any means to detect their magical signature. She envied Rainbow Dash a little. Frostmane was still struggling to control her new eye, while Dash seemed to be able to use her new limbs as if they were her own flesh and bone. Just as she thought about that, her eye changed to thermal vision, upsetting her balance with a surprise. Frostmane slumped over on her side and didn't dare to move until she had figured out how to switch it back to true vision. Instead, she ended up switching it to night vision, and her blood froze in her veins. Past Sparkle 6, in the darkness of the forest, she could see a face. A badly decomposed Pegasus filly. Her lower jaw was missing, and she dragged her guts behind her. Behind the filly were several adult undead as well, and no pony had noticed them yet. All hell broke loose when Frostmane struggled to her hooves and called out a warning. Sparkle Wing 2 to 6 lifted off instantly, dropping everything they had been holding. Rainbow Dash was the first to be attacked, since she was the closest one to the group of undead. The filly, parts of her orange coat and purple mane still visible, practically lunged forward, biting into one of her hind legs. Fortunately, those were made of metal, so the mare avoided infection. While the Sparkle Wings attacked the group from above, the other pilots used their sidearms to defend themselves. All except Rainbow Dash. She just stared at the filly who tried to bite her way through her hind leg. Tears started to form in the corners of the blue mare's eyes. She even deflected a bullet that one of the other pilots shot at the filly. A soft glow came from under the breastpiece of Rainbow Dash's uniform. It shielded her from further undead attacks and the filly from incoming bullets. Shining Armor screamed something, but Rainbow Dash didn't hear it. Energy surged through her, and she put every ounce of it in her last remaining hoof. It began to shine like a newly born sun as Rainbow Dash looked towards Shining Armor, who was still shouting, and gave him a peaceful smile. An explosion of rainbow-colored light followed as she touched the filly's head with her hoof. It all but shredded her uniform, forcing every pony to shield their eyes. When it subsided, Frostmane saw and realized 2 things. She realized that all this ruckus had given away their position for sure. She saw 2 ponies where Rainbow Dash and the undead filly had been only moments ago. Rainbow Dash lay on her side, her cybernetic legs twitching uncontrollably. A few feet away, clearly fine and breathing, lay the Pegasus filly. She was curled up in a ball and was sleeping peacefully. The other undead in the camp had simply dropped once the light had disappeared. Frostmane could not believe her eyes. Okay, every pony, what do you think happened here? What did Rainbow Dash do? What happened to her? And who is that filly? Sincerely yours, Visual Pony.